What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim Ace here, and I hope you guys are having an incredible start to your week. Today we are going to be reviewing yet another Dark Labs product, and this one here needs no introduction. It's a product that they've been manufacturing for quite a while, and we are actually on version 3 of this product here. Now, I did review this one a little bit over a year ago at this point, probably even close to a year and a half by now, but when I did review it, it had the old tub, and it was just remanufactured, and now, about a year later, this is a fresh new batch, and it has a nice, fresh, updated packaging to match what's inside. The pre-workout that I will be reviewing today is Flame by Dark Labs, and this one here is version 3, and I do not want to waste any more time. So let's roll that freaking intro, and let's get talking about Flame in 2025. So looking at the latest tub of Dark Labs Flame, this one here takes the aesthetic to a whole other level. Definitely October vibes over here, my kind of aesthetic. You got some eyes over here, some demented torture devices, a Grim Reaper in the background, at least that's what it looks like to me, and some sort of monster with lots and lots of eyes over here. Overall, really nice trippy aesthetic, a little bit of the October vibe in here, and I really like it. You got the blueberry lemonade flavor, which is what I will be reviewing today. It does come in 2 other flavors, but overall, beautiful, sleek packaging, and definitely fitting the Dark Labs Flame legend. Now, if you guys ever had Flame in the past, you know that flavor is not one of the strong suits, and that's me putting it mildly. This one here comes in 3 flavors. You're getting the watermelon, the rainbow candy, and unfortunately, the one that I had the displeasure of drinking today was the blueberry lemonade. And it's funny because when it came to version 2 and the previous version 3 I had, both of them were actually blueberry lemonade. So in a way, it's kind of good because I get to compare and contrast all of them. But spoiler alert, guys, all 3 were equally nasty. Super strong chemical aftertaste, and I couldn't wait to shoot this thing down. I just mixed it in with like 6 ounces of water, shot it down. I had my piece of gum handy for afterwards because the chemical taste on this is terrible. It's very reminiscent to me of old Dark Labs from about a year and a half, 2 years ago. You guys know that when it comes to Dark Labs, they actually improved their flavors tremendously. Maniaco from Garage Gym Homie was the one pre-workout that actually brought in a good flavoring system for Dark Labs, and then going forward, every other pre-workout they released actually had a pretty solid flavor. The new Primal tasted really good, Crack Reloaded was solid, and the Crack Barbarian, which I did just review as well, also tasted very good. This one here is definitely a leftover, a relic from that Dark Labs era where pre-workouts tasted nasty, but you know that it's gonna hit, and in a way, when I drink that chemical sludge, I know that I'm in for one hell of a ride. So let's go ahead and break down this label. So looking at the supplement facts, 1 scoop comes in at 4.52 grams, and you're getting 25 servings per container. Now, when I weighed it out on the digital kitchen scale, I got in exactly 5 grams from a flat scoop, so I'm not going to go ahead and start scooping off the little extra weight on there. I went with the 5 grams, and I got in one hell of a workout. But with that being said, we do need to go over this label very quickly, and this here is a pure Stim blend, meaning you could stack it on whatever pump product you want. You can add some citrulline, you could stack it on glycerol, which incidentally is what I did today, or you can just add it to any of your other favorite non-Stim pump-based pre-workouts. We start off with Agmatine Sulfate at 1,000 milligrams, which is actually a pump ingredient, surprisingly, but on its own, it's not going to do all that much, so I'm not even really sure why it's in here, but it will synergize really well with whatever other pump ingredients you do add. Like I said, if you add citrulline or glycerol or whatever, Agmatine will kind of work in synergy with that ingredient, and it will give you a very solid pump. You're getting L-Arginine at 500 milligrams for strength output and also a little bit of pump. Beta PEA 300 milligrams, that's going to give you a nice floaty head high. Caffeine Anhydrous at 300 milligrams, which is a very solid dose, not too crazy, but just enough to get you going in the gym. We have 2-amino isoheptane, that is the synthetic lab-made yum-yums that we know and love. We're getting 220 milligrams of that, which is a nice amount. And also you're going to get 220 milligrams of Rauwscine, caffeine citrate at 200 milligrams. Wow. So that yields 50%. So you're getting an extra 100 milligram yield of that fast acting caffeine to really give you that initial hit. And boy, did I feel this one quickly today, guys. This one came in so fast. We're going to talk about it momentarily. So make sure you don't go anywhere. You're getting some Isopropylnorsynephrine at 50 milligrams to help with thermogenesis, sense of urgency, Naringin Extract for that feel good mood, 25 milligrams. And lastly, to round off the label and add a little bit of an aggressive kick, Alpha-O coming in at 1.5 milligrams. Before Stim Ace breaks down my experience running the all-new Flame from Dark Labs, don't forget to like this video, comment below. Share the channel with a fellow Stim junkie or a pre-workout enthusiast. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. All right, guys, so when it comes to Dark Labs, they are primarily known for their crack pre-workout, which has been reformulated a couple of times. And at this point, you have a bunch of different variants. You have Crack Purple, which I will be reviewing really soon. You got the all new Crack Barbarian, which I did just drop the review for not too long ago. Crack Primal, Crack Reloaded, and of course, Crack the OG. So you got 5 different variants, not including the Halloween limited edition that did just drop, which actually is on the way over to me. So stay tuned for that review, guys. Hopefully it gets in before Halloween. But with that being said, Flame was always a pre-workout that was there. Everybody knew about it. It was always one of those little scoopers, anywhere from 4 to 5 grams, depending on the version. And that one always came in very quickly, gave you this insane buzz, like this crazy head high, mood elevation, euphoria. And some versions had a little bit more aggression. V2 was actually more on the aggressive side. A lot of sweating on that one, a lot of anxious type of energy. It was a little bit too much for me personally. So when they switched back to V3, I was glad that the euphoric vibes came back, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I did review the previous V3 over a year ago. It had the old tub with the actual flames on it. Iconic tub, by the way. Rest in peace to that iconic design. But you guys know that this design here is even better than the last one. Now, the experience today was very similar to when I took that Flame V3 over a year ago, and it's been over a year since I ran Flame, so pretty crazy to think about that, but it's always good to re-review and revisit some of these products, especially when there's a new batch, new label, and whatnot. This one here hits within 8 to 10 minutes. You're already going to start feeling that crazy buzz, like somebody just grabbed your head and lifted you up off the ground. Crazy intense 2-amino buzz on here. Some of the purest 2-amino I ever had. And you guys know that there are pre-workouts that have 300 milligrams of 2-amino. This one has 220, but this one, honestly, to me, feels more like 300. It hits very fast. It comes in very strong. It's very intense. This version of Flame V3 is honestly a perfect Stim blend. It has everything you want in a Stim junkie pre-workout. You have the illicit 2-amino vibes in there carrying you on for the entire workout as well as post-workout. You're getting a nice nootropic focus in here. Despite there not being so many nootropics in here, you're going to feel very nootropic, very focused, dialed in. And obviously there's a sense of aggression that comes in at about the 30-35 minute mark when the alpha kind of kicks in and takes over. 1.5 milligrams is a solid amount. It's not as insane as Barbarian, which I believe was 2.5 or 3. That was crazy. Crack the OG obviously is a lot stronger as well. But the alpha in here isn't too intense. It does come in at that 30-35 minute mark and add a little bit of elevated heart rate. It does synergize with that Isopropylnorsynephrine. So there is going to be a little bit of thermogenesis, a little bit of sweaty, a little bit of that crazy alpha high, and it's going to synergize and mix in with the DMHA buzz perfectly. So you're getting the best of both worlds in here. It's definitely not as aggressive as V2. V2 was freaking crazy on a whole other level. This pre-workout's not as intense as the new Crack Reloaded. It's not as intense as Barbarian, but it's just a very euphoric experience all around. It's a happy, feel-good kind of product. It's very productive. It's a very light scoop coming in at 5 grams, which gives it, like I said earlier, the opportunity to be stacked with whatever pre-workout you want to stack it with, as long as it's non-Stim. So you want to stack it with Dark Labs Pimp, that is an option. You want to stack it with some Maniacal Pump, that is really good. That is a combination that's actually going to be even better because you're getting that 4 grams of L-Tyrosine to really take you to another level. Today, I just wanted to feel the Flame on its own, so I did not stack anything on top of it. All I took was a little bit of glycerol, which does not interact with the pre-workout whatsoever. It just helps muscles remain hydrated. It kind of blows you up a little bit. So today, I really did feel the Flame on its own. Like I said, the drink doesn't taste so great, so just shoot it down. Mix it with like 4 or 5 ounces of water, shoot it down. Maybe have a piece of gum ready to go afterwards, but it's a very solid experience. 8 to 10 minutes, the buzz starts coming in, and you're essentially on autopilot for the rest of the day. There is a crazy buzz that remains with you for the remainder of the day. It's already been a bunch of hours since I took the drink, and I'm still kind of in like go mode, but without intensity, without crazy elevated heart rate, no anxiety, no jitters, nothing negative like that. You're going to get the elevated heart rate initially. You're going to sweat a bunch on this pre-workout, despite it not being a fat burner type of pre-workout, but you're going to sweat. And it does synergize with that alpha to add more aggression, but that's after you already kind of fading from the euphoria and whatnot. So it starts off very euphoric, very happy, very productive and concentrated, and it kind of transitions into a little bit more aggressive later, but not like Barbarian or Reloaded. Those things are another level. So it's a beautiful pre-workout. You're getting 25 servings in here, which is really good, and it gives it a lot of flexibility, being able to mix it with a bunch of different pump formulas. So it's an amazing pre-workout. I really like it. Very, very strong DMHA in here. So you guys, you Stim junkies, definitely have nothing to complain about. So if this sounds like something you'd be interested in and you guys want to pick up the all-new Flame from Dark Labs, then you can head over to darklabs.pro or nutricartel.com. I'm going to link it down below. I'm going to pin the comment. You guys can use the discount code. It saves you a little bit of money. It helps support the High Stim Ace YouTube channel, and it shows your love and appreciation for everything that I do here on the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Hope you have an incredible week up ahead. If you guys are Stim junkies or high Stim pre-workout enthusiasts, definitely check out Flame. I know that there's a bunch of different crack pre-workouts, and everybody wants to be hopped up on the crack, but I'm telling you, do not sleep on Flame, because this one here is freaking crazy. Guys, once again, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video. It greatly helps the algorithm. Follow the Instagram at HighStimAce. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification to get all of HighStimAce's latest updates. And I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace, signing off.